it's Emma, and I wanted to share with you my February stories by the month. I had actually hoped to bring you this month a full walkthrough of my entire process from start to finish. So how I store my photos, how I edit them, using a digital asset management system, using Affinity Publisher, printing, cutting, the whole kit and caboodle. That's what I had planned. But unfortunately, February decided to not play ball with me, and I had so many problems. I printed out all of my photos at the wrong size. I printed them out too small. I cut some of these pages too small. I lost some of the files. I don't know how. I managed to delete them or something that I'd recorded, and then my camera ran out of battery and I didn't realise, so I missed recording loads of it. So I just thought, okay, let's just not do it this month then, and we will try again in March. So that being said, let's move into February. So I am a great lover of formulas. Formulas for me are a savings, they just save my butt a lot. I do struggle with layouts, and I know that I have said that many times before. So when I am approaching a project, whether it's week in the life, or what's if I want to do travel, I work out a formula first. Now for stories by the month, I've not really ever had a formula before, and in January I had no formula. I just literally got my photos, I put them in where I felt they looked nice, and that was it. I guess you could say that perhaps the stitching of the vellum was a formula, and another thing that I tend to do is not really have too much embellishment. But then when I moved into February, I just felt, well, I don't know really what I thought, but I started to think I want to do some things always the same, so that I'm not thinking for every page, what am I doing here? I'm not making it up as I go. And so you'll see here, and I'll talk about them, some things that I am going to repeat every month to try and make this project quicker to do. So I'm not constantly thinking about all of the layouts and what's going to go on the front page and how am I going to finish it and stuff like that. So here we go. In the digital kit, and I get both the digital and the physical, in the digital kit you get the packaging, which I really love. And what I decided to do was take the digital packaging and print it onto vellum, and then use the card that comes each month, which has the month on it, and then stitch this onto it. So I feel that the kits are really different from month to month. There's apart from a few of the messaging of the cards, there's no continuity per se. And so for me, having this break between this kit and this style of kit, I kind of felt that I needed it, which is where this kind of idea came from. It's like that was so different, and now it's really changed up again. So by making that change really obvious by doing this, I felt that it was like, oh, it makes sense that it's changed. Why is it all different? The other thing is that in the kit you get this currently celebrating card, and then there's a list of things that happen in that month. What I decided to do was, for the first page, I will have a full-page photo which represents one of the things that we were celebrating in that month. I'll cut off the top, as you can see. I'll cut out the strip, and whatever embellishment there's usually, well, I think there's usually going to be something with the month of it on, and this will be like the introduction to the actual stories. Then I have my journaling. This month I decided, to print the journaling directly onto the card. Last month I put it onto photo paper, but I had to then stick it onto the card, and I felt that looked a little bit messy. So I've just gone straight onto the card this month. This was the card that I cut too short. And then in the physical kit, on the back of the packaging, there's this little round area. So I cut that out with a punch, so I'm always going to do that this month. Last month it was also black and white, but in March it is green. I don't think that this is available in the digital kit, but maybe if we ask Aline nicely, she will add it for us. Then again, I'm just gridding out my photos in a way that I feel looks okay. And a new thing for me, and which will be part of my formula going forward, is using custom word sticker phrases. For some reason, it's really incredibly difficult to say that. To provide some context to the videos, because I'm not really doing any journaling throughout this, and not really doing any small journaling at all. So I didn't want to use my handwriting, but I really love the way that Ali creates these word phrase stickers. They're one of my most favourite things, and I love the way that they have this irregular shape. So what I decided to do was make my own, which tells the story. So this just says Star Wars All the Way, interview with Michael McMaster, droid legend. So he is one of the master droid builders for the Lego universe, and he's worked on loads and loads of different Star Wars movies. And we have Star Wars Club, and he joined us in a Zoom Q&A session. He was lovely, and I'm so grateful for him for doing that. Again, just more stories, a little bit of story. I will just share this because I thought, you will understand this, ladies, you will understand this. So I am doing one little word, and my word of the year is imperfect, because I'm the sort of person that's always trying to make things more efficient, make them better. Everything's got to be improved. And the problem with that is that there is no such thing as perfection, and it takes up so much bandwidth that I fail to get things done because I'm always trying to do them again. A bit like this video, which I feel like I've filmed about 20 times now because something always went wrong in the middle of it. So the first one of these bracelets that I ordered from Etsy didn't even arrive. Then the second one came and it was broken. And then the third one that came was a completely different size, so I can't wear it. And I just thought, if ever there was a way of the universe saying to me, embrace imperfection, this was it. But I just found it really funny. I just thought, yep, I've got the right word here. This was just, I'm not going to go into all of the stories, but I did quite like this, the fact that it said free wine from a distance. That's all I could see. I didn't have my glasses on. And then as I got closer, I could see that it said free Wi-Fi and fine wine. And I'm sure that's been done globally, but it was the first time I'd seen it, and it really made me giggle. And so I made a word phrase sticker that says, always read the small print. And this is one of Ali's little stickers there. And then you can see here that I have stitched on my vellum, which is something that I always do because I cannot find a method of adhering them with glue that consistently does not show. I think you can use tape sometimes if it's a very dark card, but not always. And I just find that I know this is going to work. It doesn't take long. I quite like sewing, so I do this every time. So that's another part of my formula. And here you can see I have made more word phrase sticker phrases, sentences, to explain and give a bit of context to that file there, that picture, sorry, there. Then I will consistently use the 3 things card. The thing I don't really like about this card though is the fact that the font is different every single month. That kind of bothers me a little bit, but we're just going to go with it. And so when I do use this card, I'm always going to have 3 stories. And then on this page, this is the story, again, from the introduction one. I will be doing this again, but I will remember to take more than 1 photo, I think, because it doesn't super bother me that this is the same photo as before, but I think it might have been more interesting if I had used a different photo. And then there's a card which has everyday moments on it, and I think it has some flowers or whatever is tied into the kit. So every month I cut this out and use it. So there is a little bit of consistency from month to month. And then there was a speech bubble with Monday to Sunday in it, and I used this one to type out the prep that my son was doing to get ready for the Super Bowl. This is the first time he's watched the Super Bowl. He's recently got into American football, so it was, you know, everyone was super excited. And then I just pinched this picture, don't tell anyone. Then again, more family stories, Shrove Tuesday, making pancakes. I don't know if you do that in the US, but in the UK it's very traditional to make pancakes on Shrove Tuesday and then put lemon and sugar on them, or if you're feeling particularly adventurous, you can add ham or cheese or any filling that you like. And we made a little tiny baby one for my Frenchie. Her name is Edith. I love her so much. She's so lovely. She sits on me like a little cat most of the day. And then I made more little phrase stickers, ham and cheese, yes please, just to add a little bit of humour to this picture. Again, more family pictures. I do apologise if you find this offensive, just look away. I made a pocket with the vellum card here. I put another card slightly inside it so that when you take these out it's not completely blank, and just use the alpha stickers to spell out words which relate to what these photos are. So my husband decluttering, I think that's the first time in his entire life that he's ever done that. My daughter's revision schedule, and my son who is severely visually impaired. I mean, he's pretty much blind, and he's been quite isolated, so we've been encouraging him to get out into the community, which is what the Star Wars Club is all about. And also he's just started to learn jiu-jitsu, which he is really enjoying. I'm so proud of him. It's, you know, it's so hard when you can't see things. And these are all from the action kit that I had in my stash. So this is my husband taking some action with his shoes, my daughter's plan of action, and him taking action for, you know, getting into the community. So I'm just going to pop those back. Oh, one thing I forgot to say is I printed these on photo paper, but it was quite flimsy. So I used the packaging from the physical kit to back them, and it kind of ties in with the rest of the kit. So there's nothing else on the back, but if you did turn them over, you can see that, you know, it's just nicely back. This one you can still even see the top of the envelope. That does not bother me at all. And for these little tags, I literally just folded a piece of ribbon in half and stapled it on. Really quick, really easy, and I really like the way that it looks. Ooh. This story is about the fact that my husband and I, we always buy each other very similar cards at this time of year, Valentine's Day. One year we actually even bought an identical card. So I just wanted to take that picture, particularly because it was red and there's a lot of red going on here. And finally, I'll just zoom in on this. This is where I am using bespoke word phrase stickers for an entire sentence. So this is what I will be doing going forward to March, because although I really love all the photos and I love having the big journal in at the front, I really would like some of these photos to have more context. Like this photo to me is quite an important photo because my daughter is 17, she's nearly 18, and it just seems to me that, like, I don't know, like 5 minutes ago, oh, you can't even see that photo. There we go. 5 minutes ago, she was, I don't know, just doing, I don't know, she's just a child. And now she's reading books like this. And it was, I just had this moment where I was in the bookshop with her and I thought, wow, you're like proper grown up now, reading all these grown up books about psychology and thoughts and feelings and stuff. But I haven't, I talk about it in my journaling, but there's nothing here. So going forward, instead of using journaling cards, which I'm not a great lover of, to be honest, I'm going to use these little word phrase sentences to provide that context, and then that will give me continuity from month to month, and it also makes it easy for me because then I don't have to try and pick out the card that I think works, even though I'm not a great lover of journaling cards per se. And then finally on the back, the looks like card. So I did use this in January as well, but I will use it every month, and I'm using it to create a home for all of the things that I've particularly enjoyed watching. I also talk about why I've enjoyed watching them, a little bit more information about them, and I also pop this down here. If you are a person who suffers from an untidy house and it bothers you, because if you have an untidy house and it doesn't bother you, I wish that it would not bother me. I'm really untidy, but it really bothers me. I really love this lady. I just discovered her on YouTube. Her name, I don't know what her name is actually, but it's called Clutterbugs. And she has all of these amazing tips, and she's really accessible, easy to watch. And my daughter has ADHD, and her room has never been tidy for more than like 48 hours. And we implemented, I'm sorry, this is getting a bit off track, isn't it? But you might be interested. I'm sorry if you aren't. We implemented the strategies that she talks about into her room. We took everything out because we were going to move all the furniture around, and then we decluttered a load of stuff, and then we put things back following her tips. And my daughter's room has been tidy for, so this was at the beginning of February, and we're now, I think, like the 19th of March. It has been tidy for all of that time. So what's that, like 7 weeks? And it is a miracle. But yeah, if you want to know more about that, you can just watch the videos. You don't need me to tell you about it. And then I always do a news story that I'm following, and I chose to continue to follow the story of the post office scandal here in the UK, which is pretty sad. And I hope that comes to an end soon, but it doesn't seem like it will. So that is my flip through. I hope you enjoyed watching that and I didn't get too waffly. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I'm not really sure. How can I do that? Give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you would like to be notified when I bring out a new video. Thanks for being here with me. It really does mean a lot, and I will see you soon. Bye.